Na ipacuan kamera na cai pacu kecil nan cai cungat sahabat macam itu kata pasal paling ramai mana melen cai lento Wayan kak kuya sabun mamai sun pakai atau pen program kan wiyawi kiratin sabun macam itu tau siang kemelen cuma luar orang buka penglapang proses macam kawan aku jadi lah. Sabun ngar tidak semasa nor bela tak jadi biar biar orang masak sih.
Kamera ini lah.
Puai cuma luar orang bang proses musuh nama tu kenyak. Beli buat luang di chief magistrate. Dan Sokehs cuma luar orang tu kan Sultan Royal Chief Lawyer Wang Kemenet Speaker Associate Judge Acting Director Wang orang tu kan Wada China Legislator Senator Lu Wang Ki Wan Baran Atias Wow, orang tu kan William Water Station. Physics here. Wow, ki mele principal kan, pagi school participate ranwatch. Wow, ki cuma datang karasin na switch. Kapan ono kan cai serikan. Wow, untuk kan mele serikan kan, William cai. Nan melen inanten program cairan kecil nan kapakap tadawlawan cungata sabun macam eu kena rangut uitan pacawan dukayang melen silaban memotong simbol tersibun dawat kung yang kap unyanti ketua jawab sekarang ini Purna nang Saint Peter, one again kapag simbol yang jangan nanti.
Wan karon suluk ni suluk pakar. Saya patuan ni pun ni sangat ramai. Saya anggap kaki sama kau sawas, kapeng kia mengkat terus, mingguan saya berbeda misalnya. Bangsa tua yang saya itu misalnya saya patuan juga, dia bukan yang kapaja mainan, sakar misalnya. Nomor isa ono may sarawin, umay sabat kot, sabun umulempag. Engai saraw mabangkat kito. Kaya kajinyi yang kepada kit. Alayang at patuan yung kanan may isang makakumrano. Patuan walian tegit kan karus, biya-biya kabang bang kurang. Kuyok kupur kalangan, anas nga kanbaw mong mabangkat kiyang kepada kit. Kit patuan kanat yan may isang makakumrano. Ermain sa may isang wat sa patuan yung kanan. Kasi angkat patuan kata-kataman irai lewat koko patuan miai koi nawai Sokehs tekombe cuma lagi kaya mau nanasukan na patala ran wat sa patuan na bang kurang wasaksir kasi patuan mo yabi at kabang bang kurang bukan kabang kamanin rel ko kasi patuan kata-kataman ran baik sangkar usia kubromi sangkar usia pemesakulman sepatuan bagi kemudian katanya yang ke ni sangat kapun ranwan pasakap dengan kebana kebun enak no women yang sangkan karus dibagi saya ranwan pasak ayo buat ni patuan melihat begitu karus sekarang kata kamu ngaran kau ni Yesus Kristus sa unang saraw.
Kailangan ng kubrong islagan mo sa Saint Peter. Muna siya ibang tutula ay banduka sungko kong labalab kung o tatama katanan siya to susukan na. Siya ibang katsiyang nan no point Kaya kasi isaw lukakat sa Cheban, no point konas. Konas kan sa kata Cheban tutulang ng program.
Saya berdoa kalau baca berdoa dienta boleh. Baik. Baik. Sekalian. Hei, kawan-kawan sekalian. Jangan berdoa hendak. Sekalian. Hei, kawan-kawan sekalian. Hendak sama yang sekarang. Sekalian. Oh, berdoa sabun ini. Baik.
Kailangan ng program Chief Public Works. Iya kan? May kakaunit pa siya walang pamata. medyo luwang maramat. Maikan. Luwang maramat kan, may kaya mga bawang mangan sa riba. Sa range ko ka, iyan. Rebellion. You're siya dyan mamumunta niyo. Amendment. Sukses cairan keciuman sekarang kosong. Oh, ikan juga yang cuma lagi yang semua juga yang chief magistrate kemudian kapal mana kita.
Lahat kayo, boleh ba percaya dengan cuman aiso, bahwa cuman sekarang mau lapang, mana nilap, mere wang di, so si, wang di speaker semua pun mana, associate, wang di mere, Alvaran Matias, wang di senator Louis, wang di commissioner. Echuan wow, belen to ka, mono baba. On the floor, leader si saya. On the serikan koros, on the chay koros. Sekretaran kosong. Bawalyan di belen option way. Uya, sekretaran kosong. Belen kosong ko koros. Lokat baco masaksit. Dan tola sa magkis may say otobaranot. Essential dan clear baco kuwa baco ni baco nuai. Dia bang kawa National Bombay Sokehs Rebellion Day Tamuk Chain Pin Kawawi Day Ranut Yuri Riau Bina Kota Bina Leuki Chain Ranut Eu Iyas Nabimod Riau Pungunalamas di November, di Februari bisa payo, baru tuh bisa kau, di Ranut. Dan, semua tahu, tujuan akan, Aiso women seven kan Kapuan Rai Roger Kanal the Bacho Halitan Bay Bacho Raipal Eserata Benor Rainor Kerata Arain Boom Ranwood Chair with the donkey, summary of touch. Yes, Lord, Pumunaramas. Lanmoy democracy watch, Dunaraya watch, Sambal, O Haramas. Kalalabak, even child Puramus. Kalalabak watch. That one soldier government. That one soldier Momocho. Jawung chay ranmut. Jawung na chay kung, jawung na chay no. Ibuya kalalabak watch, and buya a chay men ranmut. Ay bagay Irail ko kasi kito warapot ranwat chay korus kach pachubuwa ay nanalapal o serata dor serata punakaras Gamba prayer Jatuan masuk jom motso Soja government, jauh cai ranut. Di kapung ki, rai loko. Bakat tu mau cai, buku seneti, buku so, buku government. Bak cai ranut, isi sana mau. Biarlah cai pun, acai mau. They tell me we are. Ikapung kemarin ranwat. Acai kakek uben awas aksen. Acai dan kap kat kacaman. Irail ko. Neloti yang nan ko pesawal. Pesera tanur ko pungaramas. Iben kairala. Uyay kapung, beli kapung diam nono kaba, beli seri school kan, uyay zaman kan pregnant kalau kayak kanut, uyay masuk main atau kanut itu kamu, ini dan kapung beli, cai kecil apa buat, dia cai bab dosen film dok, ucut, bukan Wo apa ya tak kau kan terus percaya sampai nanti ucap ayo cek dari kau nak kau tak percaya lawan terus lawan promi cing Imen kacuan luka kuracai koros ceban keciang nan. Tatok kasang wan me irai seringan me. Kau na batarang wach kurangka kas-kasada au taban rang. Imen luka kuracai koros ene wong. Mona ceban taulang seringa imen kabese ce ong cen koros irai kan tatang yasong cendakang Serbukaj, may Speaker and Council, Associate Judge or Acting Director in Administration. Jai Kachawanang, Katsiyang Rai Ngayon. Jai Ban, Chabyadar Rai Sarikan o Dame Pachunan program may school in Sakaran.
kacuan dukas ulin sa kara o kauna o kacuata pon stage ang cungalay so o niya so met sarikan kan kaskasanaray gabengkan saray at matawakan iba kita chay oras ni ugan kanilay o chay nan siyang yang wrong alangan o iduka gaden schoolin sa kara on stage ang cungalay so chay kacuan ang kachiyang nabalap na schoolin sa kara.
First and foremost, I give thanks and praise to the Lord Almighty for His grace and guidance. I would like to pay my respect to His Majesty, Namjak Pinyap, Nanwaki, and Sokehs. Royal Highness, Isonan Ginang Sokehs, Nanalem Onan Kenye, and Wayne Sokehs. I would also like to pay my respect to the Chief Magistrate of the Sokehs Government, Honorable Stanley Ernest, Speaker of the 11th Council, Honorable Perez Amalay, and the members of the Sokehs Council. Distinguished officials, all the judges, esteemed guests, my fellow contestants, and ladies and gentlemen. Our theme for this year's Sokehs Rebellion Day is, what is Rebellion Day and why do we commemorate Rebellion Day? Based on my findings, rebellion is not about causing trouble. In a good way, rebellion means having the courage to ask why something is unfair and believing it can be changed. It is speaking up for what is right, even when staying quiet would be easier. This is why we think we celebrate Sokehs Rebellion Day, to remember the bravery of those who stood up against their freedom, their rights, and their identity, and to remind ourselves that these things are worth fighting for. Rebellion days are important because they help us remember and learn. We honor brave people who stood up against unfair treatment, even when it was dangerous for them to do so. We also remember the unfair things that happened in the past, like people being controlled, taken advantage of, and treated as if they had no voice. Remembering these events helps us understand how life was and how change was needed. Sokehs Rebellion Days helps us celebrate our freedom and who we are today. The struggles of the past help shape our country and the rights we now enjoy. We commemorate Sokehs Rebellion Day so we can learn from history. By remembering what happened, we make sure we never forget why our rights and freedoms matter and why they must be protected. Today, we gather to remember this important event in our history, the Sokehs Rebellion. This happened in 1910 to 1911 when the people of Sokehs stood up against unfair treatments during the German colonial rule. The Germans forced people to work on roads and plantations without fairness. In response, the Sokehs people rose up fighting bravely for their freedom and rights. Many lost their lives, but their courage became a symbol of hope and resistance. This has lasted several months and involved German military arrivals. Many rebels were killed in fighting after the rebellion was stopped. On February 24, 1911, 15 leaders were executed by the firing squad. One story that shows the power of identity is that of Somada, a man who was about to be executed. Even in the face of death, he insists on wearing his local attire showing that his identity and culture were more important than fear. That is a true lesson for all of us. Protecting who we are is worth fighting for. This holiday was established by the Sokehs municipality and now serves as a day of remembrance and reflection on the sacrifices made by the rebels. To honor the bravery of those who fought and to remember their sacrifices. The main lesson is that freedom and identity are precious. This day is not a national holiday throughout the Federated State of Micronesia, but it holds a special meaning in Pohnpei and is part of the Sokehs community. It is important to note that our enemies are no longer our enemies. But we remember the Sokehs Rebellion not with anger, but with respect and understanding. We learned that discrimination is wrong, and identity and freedom are worth protecting. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom to live freely, choose freely, and be able to do things on our own terms together. This freedom is important for our cultural identity. It unites our people. As we remember Sokehs Rebellion Day, we also remember the pain, the loss, the lives that were taken during a fight of fairness and dignity. Their story is a sad one, but it is also a powerful reminder that to live freely and being who we truly are is worth protecting. Today, we are not divided. We come together as one people, learning from the past and choosing to unite over anger. This is not only Sokehs history, it is Pohnpei history, and it belongs to all of us. And let us honor those who came before us by standing together, respecting one another, and protecting our culture, freedom, and identity for the future. When we unite, their sacrifice is never forgotten. Rela o kalangan.
Kalangan sa school, chay video kaskiyan bacawana Miss Butchmay, representing Sokehs Elementary School. Lopon-lopon. Kalangan yan sa wacay bilbag-bagi siya kurakan chay video ba na Manili, yung ba na chay bambil masuk sa chay bang yung ba na balik school o even tukay ang balik school stage sa ang chumalakin sa chay kasamo o kaskiyan bacawan ng lopon-lopon.
Yes. Iyong o kasalilyo Mego. Ay chuan wow, liban pa chongcho, sa karadang wawakan machobiyang mga. Respected judges, teachers, fellow students, and honorable guests. Today, I stand before you to speak about a day that is not only a part of our history, but part of our identity, Sokehs Rebellion Day. This day is more than a commemoration. It is a reminder of courage, sacrifice, and the unbreakable spirit of the Sokehs people. Imagine standing at the foot of Sokehs Mountain. Its cliffs rise sharply, its presence unshaken by time. For generations, it has watched over us, silent, strong, and eternal. And just as the mountain stands tall, so too does the memory of the rebellion that took place more than a century ago. I learned that in 1910, under German colonial rule, the people of Sokehs faced injustice. They were forced into hard labor, treated unfairly, and stripped of dignity. But courage cannot be silenced. The Sokehs people rose, demanding respect and demanding freedom. The rebellion was fierce. It was not just a fight against soldiers, but it was also a fight for identity. Though the uprising was eventually suppressed, its impact was profound. 15 leaders were executed. Families were exiled to Balao. The pain was deep, but the spirit of resistance lived on. This is why we remember Sokehs Rebellion Day, not to dwell on loss, but to honor bravery. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to take a moment in honoring those brave leaders. I did a little research, and it shows that this rebellion teaches us 3 important lessons. Unity is stronger than oppression. Resilience is greater than fear. And identity is worth protecting at all costs. These lessons are not locked in the past. They are alive today, guiding us in how we live, and how we speak, and how we stand together as Sokehs people. The rebellion is remembered not only as a fight for freedom, but as a turning point in our identity. It reminds us to value our language, our traditions, and our land. This strength is not just physical, it is cultural, spiritual, and community-based. My research also shows that Sokehs Rebellion Day continues to inspire community events, youth participations, and cultural pride. This proves that the spirit of Sokehs is alive in us today. Globalization, climate change, and cultural loss threaten our way of life. But the spirit of Sokehs Rebellion reminds us that we can stand tall. While we protect our reefs and our forests, we are honoring our ancestors. When we teach our children the Bunbayan language, we are keeping our identity alive. And when we stand against injustice in our communities, we echo the courage of 1910. Today, we commemorate the Sokehs Rebellion as a symbol of resilience and determination to fight for our rights and honor. Samuel's bravery inspired us to stand up for what's right, even in the face of adversity. As we remember this pivotal moment in our history, let's reflect on the values that define us. Our strength, our customs, and our selfhood. The Sokehs Rebellion may be a chapter in our past, but its legacy lives on, reminding us to cherish our freedom and protect our heritage. The Sokehs Rebellion was not just a failed uprising, it was a beacon of struggle against colonial oppression. The rebellion demonstrated the Sokehs people's resolve to combat for their entitlements and self-worth, empowering the descendants to continue their struggle for self-determination. To pay respect and to tribute Samuel and his followers, let's stand up for what's prerogative, even when it's formidable. Or, to make it easier to understand, let's stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. As a student, I see Sokehs Rebellion Day as more than a lesson in a textbook. It is a call to action. It asks me, will I carry forward the spirit of my ancestors in the choices I make every day? When I study hard, when I respect my teachers, and when I help my community, I am honoring the rebellion. Courage is not only found in battles, but it is found in everyday actions that protect our culture and strengthens our people. Let me ask everyone, what does courage mean to you? Or what is your own understanding of the word courage? How will you honor the memories of those who stood against injustice? And what choices will you make to keep our culture alive? These are not questions for history, but they are questions for today. May we honor the memories of our ancestors not only with words, but also with actions. May we live with courage, unity, and pride in being Sokehs people. I thank you all, and happy Sokehs Rebellion.
Yes. Kailangan katarap kasi na kaligon school, change tajuan yung katiyang ceremonies. Dapat. Yung sebang Tokyola, even tajuan walang diyan sumaw juga o wasik Sokehs. Kung yan kitadabanan sir, kowe Awiyawi kong say out. Niya hindi bisa dito sila. Kenapa? Wajah mami macam ibu cara kau, mereka kawan tu mau. Caitan kecil nan, eu kabarat, be lawajik school, o nian so me lawajik school kan segala. ay duga sing kualyu kau na nai ono na pumurin ceremonies may amay tunal kanso may kau na kata o inan duga nelen the school on stage saya pasamo ceremonies o bilgat kiyang tekatuanang eugapolupa.
Chief Justice, Speaker o yung Council Member. Mukaros na kach kabacho at access naman. Muna'y kandola, ibang bachuan akis kabalisisme. May sabi na liya jawab, ibacho sa nolas ko. Ay kabasta ni jawab, ay nono Tris Maker. May sabi tupon may, iyang tupon berga, wamangi sun sa maki, o alimangi lukcang. Nangkop may bachong buburaya, wala tiyang may match, ay kansong yang kawawa sa Sokehs Rebellion Day ni Bachong Wa. Ladies and gentlemen, Sokehs Rebellion is a very important and memorable day for the people of Sokeh, especially the people of Sokehs. This day honors the bravery and sacrifice of the Sokehs people who stood up against German colonial rule in the early 90s. It is a day of remembrance, reflection, and pride in the history and identity of the Sokehs people. The Sokehs Rebellion took place in 1910 to 1911 on Sokehs Island, during a time when Micronesia was under the control of the German Empire. German authorities required the local people to perform forced labor, especially for building roads and carrying out public work. In October 17, a young laborer refused work instructions of the overseer and was ordered block forced transgression. The punishment being carried out by Melanesian policemen. That same evening, Samuel, a lower-ranking section chief, and Sumadao Sokehs, master of the ocean, persuaded all in his work gang to refuse further labor. The next morning, October 18, 1910, when work was to commence, the Sokehs group threatened the two German overseers on the island, Otto Alborn and Johann Agner, who then fled to the Kapchi mission compound on Sokehs Island. Another known story in Pohnpei was that a young man named Natalan from Sokehs started an affair with Otto Alborn's wife, who was believed to be known for beautiful and attractive looks. It was said that this woman was half Pohnpeian, half American. This really angered Alborn, for this affair has happened more than once. So he wrote a letter and gave it to Sumadao, ordering him to take Natalan and sail to Colonia to meet with the governor. Sumadao already knew that Natalan would be punished for this. However, he took Natalan and they sailed to meet with the governor. When they got there, Natalan was immediately ordered to lay down on a wooden table and be whipped for 400 to 200 times. He was beaten so badly that he unfortunately died. These harsh demands face every pressure on the Sokehs people and threaten their independence and way of life, which over time anger and frustration grew, eventually leading to open resistance. In October 1910, the conflict escalated when Sokehs rebels attacked and killed a German district official who is known as Gustav Poiter, and several workers. This marked the beginning of the rebellion, which was led by Somatao, also known as Niue, who was from Matalani but later settled in Jomarat. He was from a clan called Bungami. Another man who was known or called Samuel, together these two allied and led the Sokehs people into fighting the Germans. During the retaliation, they killed 4 German members. Even though these brave local people fought against the Germans, the rest of the locals in Bombay did not want to join, for they had got accustomed to the goods that the Germans had. Only one man had heard of this fight and sailed from Matalani to Sokehs to join the rebels. He was called Lebemba. In response to the rebellion, German forces sent soldiers and naval troops to suppress the uprising. On February 13, 1911, Samuel and 5 followers gave up. On February 22, 1911, the remaining rebels surrendered. On February 24, 1911, 15 rebels, including Samuel, were executed by a Melanesian police firing squad. It was said that a brave young boy was executed amongst these rebels in place of his father, and he was from the Sultanmaki clan. Overall, Sokehs Rebellion Day was caused by an uprising of the Sokehs tribe against local German rule that started on the Sokehs Island of the main island of Bombay in the Eastern Caroline Islands, presently the Micronesia, in 1910 to 1911, resulting in 15 to 17 dead of Sokehs leaders and 4 German members. Family members of the executed leaders were banished from Bombay to Palat. Although the rebellion ended tragically, its meaning has lived on through history. The people of Sokehs even made a song with the dance of this story of Somatao and his followers. Sokehs Rebellion Day reminds us of the courage of those who fought to protect their rights, culture, identity. It represents the strength of the people who stood up against injustice and defended their freedom despite overwhelming challenges. Today, this day is observed with ceremonies, speeches, and culture activities that bring communities together. It helps preserve an important chapter of history and strengthens culture pride among the people of Bombay and the Federated States of Micronesia. In conclusion, Sokehs Rebellion Day is more than just a historical remembrance. It is a symbol of resilience, unity, and the enduring spirit of the Sokehs people. By honoring their bravery, we learn to value of standing up for our beliefs, preserving our culture, and respecting the sacrifices of those who came before us. For now, I would like to thank you all. Yung karangan ng kainanela, kuya Braki Liwa.
Karangan ko from Miss Joab sang Logic School dan Katiano Lapalapoy. Sip Tulog cheese o karusia. May dating kukulang niya kasi kamoy kiyo bang yapon siyang kay wibula ko rin sa Paulo. Kasi siya rin mo ka ma-assistant o rin mo ikisikip o sabi ka sa dito ng kumain o kaway na ko. O ilan juga kumain ko sila ko rin sa Paulo ay pangayap daw. Suka kaya ko jamot finally waramo extra safe no hindi na po na kailan siya gusto datan
Bye.
kailangan ng yutin kumotong safe follow ng program kaya pagkakir ng konot and sewas murin ko natin sewas ang sumudamot at ikantong lang ng kaisakyan. Sabit ko lang. Ikaw kalin na Sokehs Rebellion. Maka ang sumawag na ito. Na chief Kevin anang karwaru pada ng Sokehs Rebellion ya na karwaru ng kasi seba tokla kapadila Sokehs Rebellion. Ibagi channel new kana tadili channel backyard servanet membangun kuliah right school in Sokehs Rebellion o ibigay Sokehs Rebellion stage cuma langsung o chay pasamo servanet kacuanan kackiya geo Sokehs.
Today, I will be talking about the significance of the Sokehs Rebellion Day. What is the significance of the Sokehs Rebellion Day? It is a defining moment in the history of the people of Sokehs that marks the courageous uprising of the few warriors against the German colonial rule from 1910 to 1911. It is a time that the Sokehs people fought against the Germans and was considered the last major armed uprising against German rule on good faith. Though the rebellion was met with harsh punishments, we are commemorating today, October 24th, for the warriors known as the Sokehs Rebellion that sacrificed themselves to prevent the harsh punishments. I will be talking about when it happened, where it happened, and why it happened. The Sokehs Rebellion started on October 18, 1910. A spark of freedom was lit on the island of Sokehs that turned to February 22, 1911, and forever be remembered as the Sokehs Rebellion. Time when the Germans ran the administration in Burundi, forcing the Sokehs people to build roads during which workers were beaten and humiliated, including high-ranking chiefs. The war between the Sokehs people and the Germans placed on Language. Language is a small part of the village of Sapon, which is located in the municipal of Sokehs. Which is why Sokehs Rebellion is celebrated today within the Sokehs municipal. It is more than a local holiday. It is a reminder that freedom is never given but won through sacrifices and unity. It started because a man named Nadala was accused of secretly having an affair with Goldborn's wife. So Natal was ordered to take Nadala to the German governor to get punished for his actions. The Germans tied Nadala to a table and whipped him till he couldn't walk. Then, the Sokehs people saw this and got mad and started a war against the German colonial rule. During this war, some of the German administrators were killed following 15 Sokehs troopers. The entire Sokehs
Chay Upur Narara of Experience of Estowa, Deo Purnagola. Chay Katkashnan, Panalinsa was ng program, Pachuang kami ng Chay, ng atyang agad tayo ng Matang na rin. So, yung lunch is dead sa mga. O, tiyakan, walo na bata. May kapali na siya na nagtuwe. Kailangan niya kawal si Dereso Pwagya Chay Matang Chay Biniya Chay Chay Ganto Laro Awalyala School na Tuliwa Pwagi Naganani Chay Time niya Niya Sumer Sir na nagang Sekla Chay Bang Leksyonan Para Chay Sumer Ari Pwagi Maikon Niya Sumer Serika Kanya Sumusumang Kagarap Utang na marang-marang Ibakin wow karkarap chay leubele o yang serika o yang pinrong chay kakacet yang boleh dikaya. Area sukses may juga yang RSP school, juga yang stage RSP school. So chay kasamo sermenet o pacuanan gaskiyang sermenet eu labo-labo.
Thank you, MC. Before I proceed on, I would like to thank our Heavenly Father above for gifting us another breath of life and for letting this special moment happen. I would also like to pay my respects to the church leaders, traditional leaders, governmental leaders, and to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Kasalelia Maiko. And please allow me to share my ideas on today's theme, which is about what is Sokehs Rebellion Day and why do the people of Sokehs commemorate it. Sokehs Rebellion Day is all about remembering our courage and identity. May I ask, what is courage? Courage is the ability to do something that frightens one, or in other words, being brave and confident. And what is identity? Identity identifies who you are, where you come from, and your background. What is Sokehs Rebellion Day? Sokehs Rebellion, officially known as Sokehs Rebellion Remembrance Day, is a significant local holiday in Bombay, specifically within the municipality of Sokehs. It commemorates a pivotal moment of indigenous resistance against the colonial rule in 1909 to 1911. Sokehs Rebellion Day honors a brave group of islanders who stood up against the unfair treatment during a time when foreign powers controlled their land. It also honors those who sacrificed their lives for the rights and freedom of their people. The commemoration serves several important purposes, that is, to remember the fallen, to celebrate resilience, and to strengthen cultural identity. To understand why this day is so special and important, we need to look back at history. In the early 1900s, Micronesia was ruled by the German Empire. The Germans required the local people of Sokehs which is part of Bombay, to do forced labor. They were ordered to work on projects, build roads without fair pay, and are often under harsh labors. These people felt this was unjust and disrespectful to their chiefs and traditions. In 1910, tension grew. The people of Sokehs, led by a traditional chief named Sokehs, decided that they could no longer accept this treatment and they rebelled against the German authorities. This event became known as the Sokehs Rebellion. The rebellion did not last long because the Germans had more weapons and military power. In 1911, several leaders were captured and executed. Many Sokehs people were forced to leave their land and were exiled to other islands. It was a painful, tragic time in their history. This day, memorial were captured and executed at their resistance. Their bravery is etched in the island's collected memory. Despite the rebellious defeat, the spirit of defiance inspires later generations to continue striving for independence and justice. Sokehs Rebellion Day stands as a powerful reminder and also as the remembrance as a powerful symbol of courage and resilience in the face of injustice. This day honors the strength of the Sokehs people who stood firm to defend their rights, dignity, and way of life. Despite the overwhelming challenges, their determination shows that resilience is born from unity, cultural pride, and an unbreakable spirit. The legacy of the Sokehs Rebellion reminds us that resilience is the courage to rise, to endure, and to continue striving for justice for future generations. The remembrance fosters unity, cultural pride, and awareness of Bombay's history among young generations. Sokehs Rebellion played a vital role in strengthening cultural identity by reconnecting people to their history, values, and ancestral courage. By honoring the sacrifices and bravery of the Sokehs warriors, communities pass down stories of resilience, unity, and pride to the younger generation. Commemorating this day encourages reflection on identity, strengthens bonds, and inspires commitment to protecting heritage and self-determination. This day is also a day to remember the sacrifices that were made, families were separated, leaders lost, and communities suffered greatly. Most importantly, Sokehs Rebellion helped preserve cultural identity. It reminds us of the young people of their history and teaches the values of leadership and respect to their traditions. It also shows how important it is to stand up against injustice and in peaceful and wise ways. Today, ceremonies and community gatherings are held to remember the events of 1909 to 1911. Speeches, traditional activities, and moments of reflection help keep the memories alive. By commemorating this day, we, the people of Sokehs, show that our history matters and the spirit of our ancestors live on. It's a day that reminds all of the price of freedom and enduring strength of our ancestors. In conclusion, Sokehs Rebellion Day is not simply about revisiting the past. It is about learning from it. It teaches the virtues of courage, unity, and resilience. By honoring the brave Sokehs people who stood against injustice, the people of Sokehs reaffirmed their identity and renewed their commitment to peace and freedom for future generations. It teaches us that even in difficult times, people can stand up to what they believe is right. The Sokehs Rebellion is a powerful reminder of the bravery and sacrifices of the people of Sokehs. Although the rebellion against the German Empire was difficult, and ended in great loss, it showed the courage of a community willing to stand up for justice and respect. Thank you.
Kailangan ng RSP. Kaya patyuan ng RSP, ito lapo-lapo. Isa-rinangan silakan sa pinay-ray sa riban at kasala auta dan rangot. Kaya kasi ng panasinsuwaso patyuan kagitaran yang icon tatamban masawas penet o apa dia tu penentukan niaya nintuan kosong yawian o iray pancin pasannya dia kalinaw school kalinaw ng kamatong yaw rawat siya yung kabaran kan di Sokehs Watch Bank walang Sokehs Rebellion School sa Sokehs Rebellion. Pagkawan kita dulu kami yang kita maksud kayo. Sokehs Rebellion Watch Sokehs Rebellion Okay, masuk coba lihat cek boleh kita masuk ke sekolah untuk kami. School na kapayo ng kamatong cek penerawat may school in private school. Kata pinang tayo. Saya boleh kita masuk. Ito ba yung sulugan kaya kung iangkat kita sa Facebook. School na pacawan alatin ng berkasidu kam pacalang schoolin lawacik chay kakiyang lawacik Riau na pacawan alatin ng Riau ng Pungan Rice School kan di Sokehs Watch Bank pacalang Sokehs School. Ilang lupa yang sila gawin pag kita makasal school. Chay yang Sokehs School dia ulah. Kalangan sa Sokehs. O, sinsiglagas ng pumaliray sa riban po. Kahit chay mga, kahit dobas ang kayo. Tiyang tanap ng tanap. Tan pa lang RSP School. Suwan Dugaya si Kongkat kita ma sa biswet. Brilliant. Congratulations. Jai napulog kita mga RSP school. Walang school ko walang nagkukurangan. Sa kumamay ng white smart yan sa ramo may nakwenta. Totoo na ramo. Sa karadang sabing lugaw yaw yung subset o Kawan Dukaya speaker and concert kung yan sa Walmang Gita stage o sa kantang Kapuntukan Sansan sa Pilclose Remarks kung Stikobong Berta kung stage.
I just show all so the Roye, Singri the Water, Chief Magistrate, Sonko, Libertine, Nuns, Conway State Legislature, Floor Leader, Commissioner, O Karusien, the young Patel, Samuel Ele, a sunset round what Marvin Atai Patroman, but when Carbon, the sunset, some made it right Serika, the Cascasade, to a rebellion day and which of us. Iman Patroman William T. Chief Son Popum, or Son the Dog, and which of us. Oh, we are actual capital. Payo of Kauna. A sunset. Itu wajib kena ramu sani travel program dari itu ramu kapan so dengan ini kita ada ramu so terkacau ayo kacau ramu bagi kau yang bagi kita ramu jadi kapan kian kau so bagi kau harus memilih sasa ayo cuma wow kata nono bagi sabun mamai wujud besar ramu Om Lelen sabut berkata cerita, Lelen ini dan kabungi kasaratakan sam evenement seri updated sekolah. Esasal tuan sabun umat ketok sumbatangkan. Deyang sawas o nintuan kau lewen sabun macai event ramot di tuan rebellion day. Esasal sana serikan updated sekolah. Itu tuan kabung Lelen sumbatang principal. O Benet Papa Nono, jadi Ranserikan, Ipoitan Ketawa Ranwar, Ipil Kabunti, Opsimpoi, Soviet Benet Chief Youth Coordinator, Nituan Setup, Okoson Tinta Ketawa Ranwar. Kejadian Bang Sutrakat Patrawan na Sutrapoika. Nan Parwat, Sabul Batray, Kawaw Rebellion Day, Poita Benet. Bentar mai raiko ne chapui we restoyan kerte pacho apa ini sabu marai wujud dan ranu di pacho kabele de pesasa soten katupen pangjain armas priye sidiaka de pe ap the topot ini ne poina paura ai cuma katu drone wing Sokehs Samte electric all day right. Ini kapung tu, Porque sabun macam itu top, eu pene, dia jadi koi nama. Artuan konte, asal, ini kira eu pene sabun macam itu top, dia jadi. Aibat di motor, dia lihat di lele, chief, sungguh otron tetangkan kalser member kalis, aku mau floor pergi. Kemudian dia kalser kalis. Yang ada Aibat di motor area right kalah.
Kailangan ng promote speaker. Kailangan ipakita chair ka na. Ukura ka na o pinili kailangan ka siya na sanitation. Ay lolo ng suti. O ipacuan ko yung buwan parang Matias kung o diyang chair.
Kaya keciliran na pagkaroon kapil o wala ang kuhan sa masyadong masalang labia kami nakatiyog ng maraming masarawi kami nakatiyog katkiyam ang daban ang suka sebilan ki kapil law wagi yang sosial ke kapali programnya saya pilih kepada Konsepnya kadang kalau besar balut di ranan Sokehs Rebellion. Sebelum kapingki, sering sekolah kan lebih kakak kawan wadah. Bisicikan ada pelajaran besar balut. Sebelum kapingki, acuh bela. Sebelum kapingki, mulai dan pilihan government dan pilihan memusuh dan pilihan siap. Sebelum kapingki bela itu besar balut. Baik sangat kuat seperti kompetisi kasama nila kaya sulpapakan di isang chief magistrate, LM speaker, councilman o total kaya magkicin na papali baik kuat seperti kompetisi kasama nila John Way isang kapil limitan sa bumumi Masuk sebelum ini, kaya ketika sensitif konten, ketika komisi diskusi kan, jadi patutnya saya sampaikan komisi kesalahan lain. My God, even tujuh mereka kemudian di sekolah buat, sekarang sebelum ini dia harus dilakukan kebaikan, dikotkan, kopnya, kopor bersama.
Kailangan ng promote pantaran na yan. Aibat do chief parusyan para sa mga program na lahat. O kaya kasing salat o batang do o yang pagkakumpan at nagtemen niya masawa kaya kasing wawaita. Kailangan ng promote